The blueberry harvest in Nova Scotia is in full swing. But just a couple of months ago, this grower wasn't sure he'd have a crop to harvest. We first met Blueberry Pete at a fire evacuation center. Yes, even then, that's how he introduced himself.
What I built up there, I'll never get it back.
He lost a lot of equipment and 20% of his crop in the fire that ravaged Shelburne County.
This was completely burnt off.
But he knew the fire would create new growth.
This is why this is all blueberries here to start with. This whole area burned just over 100 years ago.
Sure enough, newspaper clippings at the local museum point to the Great Forest Fire of 1911.
It has a massive root and rhizome system.
Here at the Wild Blueberry Research Institute, they say that massive root system is what makes blueberries different from other crops.
If you're looking at an apple tree, it might be 20–25% of the plant is in the form of a root system. But with these blueberries, it ranges between 75 to 85%.
If a fire comes through and burns out all of what we see here above the ground, what happens beneath the ground?
So what the plant will then do is it'll draw on the reserves that it has present in the root and rhizome system, and then from the rhizomes, you'll get the new shoots emerging.
It probably doesn't mean the industry, which exports more than $100 million worth of blueberries a year, will see an influx of growers.
It would take a considerable amount of money to bring a field in after that. But it would allow them to see if blueberries were there, right?
Blueberry Pete says his sprouts are already shooting back up, and he expects others will too.
And we're going to have a lot of blueberry picking along the highway.
A silver lining in blue for those who are so inclined. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Barrington, Nova Scotia.